was good. What do you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
He's also Paul Rudd biased, though, so...
I don't...
Are you in love with Paul Rudd, or like Paul Rudd is...
Would you call him a man crush?
You could say there's a little bit of love in there. In fact, you could say there's probably a lot of love.
I can understand.
In the movie? Or like to you
Paul
and him?
Rudd.
Okay.
If you just look into his eyes, and it's like, what a nice, genuine human being.
Have you seen
That's the feeling
Have you seen Clueless?
I feel like he's my friend.
Have you seen Clueless?
That's a good movie.
Because that's the ultimate test of, like, if you're a big Paul Rudd fan. Because that is primarily for a female audience. And you haven't seen it, so...
Well...
Are you doing Paul Rudd a disservice?
I'm not the kind of person where it's like, oh, Paul Rudd, I'm going to go check out all of his movies.
But that's what you're kind of making it sound like.
Well, the thing is, it's like, Paul Rudd's pretty good, you know? He gets the job done. I don't think I've seen a Paul Rudd movie where I was not genuinely entertained by Paul Rudd.
Oh, I gotta think...
like saying his name?
Paul Rudd.
Oh, I'm trying to think of
syllables, to the point, no hookabaloo, Paul Rudd.
Oh, I'm trying to think of like a Paul Rudd bad movie. Like I'm trying to think of like any movie that was like really critically panned or something.
Okay, well, there's no bad Paul Rudd movie where he's like the main, or he's like a big part.
Yeah,
because if he's just like some random guy on the side.
Yeah. You know what really made me fall in love with Paul Rudd?
Friends.
Yes.
Yes.
Him and Phoebe, he was such a great character.
What was his name? I feel like an idiot. It's such a stupid name. Not a stupid, like it's a really normal, easy name.
Simple. It's kind of like Paul Rudd. That's how simple it is.
Quick 2 syllables.
It was just Paul Rudd.
Get her done.
Wasn't Paul Rudd in Dinner for Schmucks?
Yeah. I never saw that one. It kind of looked a little weird. I didn't...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
did you really like it, or are you just saying it's okay in front of us?
I liked it. It was funny at some parts, but I mean, it's Paul Rudd, as Dylan would say. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Anyway, you seem pretty excited. And...
No, don't do that! He talked about this terrible, like, transition of, like, this is how we'll start the intro and everything like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna say very excited. And he specifically was like, we shouldn't have, like, a segue or anything like that. We should just start the episode. No. So I'll just start the episode instead of you, like, setting me up, like, oh, you're very excited. Like, cause that, I don't walk up to anybody in real life,
10 minutes ago.
You're very excited. But not all that will be captured. That's not all for, like, the listeners.
Why?
Some stuff needs to stay
that was
in.
Perfect.
What?
I don't know. I liked it.
We went on just like a 5-minute rant of Paul Rudd. They'll be great for Paul Rudd fans, but...
You know why? Because there's other people like me.
I guess. And
other
who are you?
Her.
Introduce yourself for the lovely listeners.
Can we just figure out what his name was in Friends first, please? It's gonna bug me if we don't.
Well, look.
Why does it really matter?
Taylor, you look it up. You look it up.
He looks it up. My name is Dylan Muss. Okay.
Muss.
That's like all blended together. There has to be like 30 seconds of silence here first, and then we like.
No, just keep it going. Because he was introducing himself.
Okay, go.
I was trying to at least. What you just did was
Muss. What is it?
It was super unnatural. You can't just put a guy on the spot.
Where does it come from?
If you do that to Taylor, he's gonna get flustered.
What are you
I could see a tear or two coming down. Like
all right.
You can't like do that to a guy. You know?
Dylan Muss. Where does the Muss come from? Where is?
I believe it's from Ukrainian heritage.
Okay.
Maybe some Dutch. I don't know.
It's just the name.
It's up in the air. I don't really know. I've
tried. Kind of just decided it one day.
Okay.
Well, I mean, my grandma. It goes back.
It just decided
ancestry and this and that.
Before the other people introduce themselves, would anybody change their name in real life? Like, not married, does anyone hate their name that much, last name or first name?
It. Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think I could be identified by another name,
All right. And your name is?
I want to change my name.
Why? Tell us your name now.
I kind of like the name.
Jessica McDonald.
Which is you don't like, the McDonald or the Jessica?
McDonald.
Well, aren't you stuck with that?
Is that your husband's name?
Technically, I should change my last name. My husband's last name is Sankey.
Oh.
Yeah, now you understand.
Yeah.
Jessica Sankey.
It's not as bad as... Well, no, it's the reverse. My mom had, like, a terrible last name, but then she went to, like...
a
better terrible last name.
Now we're in the swearing
she's in Snell now. She's in Snell, but it used to be Schmuck. So she was Wendy Schmuck, but now she's Wendy Snail. So, like, when my dad...
Wait, did you say snail?
It's Snell, like S-N-E-L-L.
It's like a light snail.
Yeah.
Like
the first name is Travis, last name is Snell. But I purposely... not purposely, I accidentally always say, like, Snail, and it's really annoying. But, no, she was pretty thrilled. Like, my dad was worried about telling her that, like, oh, you're going to have to change your name to Snail. But she's come from Schmuck, which nowadays is not that bad. Back then, it was like... It's a big joke.
Back on topic. Did you find the name of Paul Rudd in the movie?
Did I find that name? I did. What do you guys think it is?
You know, it's a better question. What is your name?
Yeah. Before you tell us the great news
Who
of
cares
what
about
Paul Rudd's
Rudd?
name is in Friends, what is your name?
My name is Taylor Field, and it's named like the football field, Taylor Field.
So your
And-
name-
Oh, so your parents chose the
Your
last name
name
Field?
after-
They're like, we're gonna change it name
They
after a
didn't.
field.
I
In
didn't-
what year was that football field founded?
Oh, I don't know.
Were you named after it? That's what we need to know.
You just said named after a
When
field.
you introduced yourself to me at Target, that was the exact same thing you used, like the field. Is that like always your?
Is that actually what I said?
Yes.
Oh wow.
So you identify by the field. You are one with
And
the turf.
hang on, pause.
You
Would
ran these
has
grasses.
anybody else have you? The reason you start this, did you say I'm Taylor Field? And did anyone ever go? What's the field? Like what type of field? Like
No.
there's not any other fields that I know of other than just like sports fields. So why did you feel the need to like preface it by saying like, oh, like the field?
Like the football field?
Why does it have to be a football field?
Oh well, no.
You know why?
because-
He it's what you were telling me earlier. It's an emotional connection, right?
Right.
Now you think
Are
of this guy.
invested?
You're gonna remember his name. Do you know why? Because it's after Oh, Taylor
That's
Field.
true.
Yeah, I know that guy. I also know the.
You
football
either
field.
love, or if people hated sports, we're gonna hate you automatically. Because like, what if it's that kid that was forced by
That's
their
not my
abusive
fault.
father to get on that field,
not my
and that's
fault.
all you remind them of? Yeah, but it's your
That's
fault by
horrible.
reminding them of it.
You know that. That is a good point. Like you really have to expand your game because
You gotta cut this out. That's what we're telling you. You have a
Oh,
problem.
gosh.
Well, let's be honest here. Anyone that is into sports and relates to the sports field probably isn't listening to this anyway.
Yeah.
I love sports.
There you
I
go.
love football. I love scripted professional
This
wrestling.
is
I don't
all,
use the F word.
This is
but-
to all the Madden fans out there.
To all the like the video game fans, the game that hasn't changed in 5 years. Oh, you were gonna say-
Speaking of a game that hasn't changed in 5 years, let's.
We haven't introduced our.
No, I did.
We did.
Well, you
When I
talk
gave-
about
Oh.
snails.
No, I did. I
It was
said it
perfect,
like
yeah.
Travis Snail. Like I did like the Bond thing. I hope I did.
Okay.
Like Snail, Travis
Fun
Snail
fact: Taylor Field runs a Facebook group with 76,000 followers.
Really? Actually,
Wait.
About a game. Okay, go on.
Paul Rudd's name, then we'll move on.
Mike.
Just quickly.
We need to get it out
It's
of the way.
Mike. Okay, Mike,
Mike.
is the name of
Mike what?
Paul Rudd's character in
Does
Friends.
he have a last name?
It does.
Field?
Oh, it's something funny, isn't it? Yeah, that.
Snell, perhaps? McDonald?
Is that one syllable?
Maybe even Bus.
Mike something.
Does
No.
it-
Just tell
You
us.
didn't say it.
It's Mike Hannigan.
Oh, I remember Hannigan. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Phoebe
Hannigan.
Hannigan. Okay, as you were saying, continue your conversation.
So, me and Travis here, we were talking about this earlier. Assassin's Creed, okay? This is what he has a group of 76,000 followers of. I don't know why he never told us about this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Here's the thing. Why Assassin's Creed? Tell me about Assassin's Creed. I don't get it. He doesn't get it. Do you get it?
Well, first of
Do you
no,
get it?
I get it. I've just kind of lost interest over the years because it's
Okay.
like a very similar formula every time. And I have to preface this by saying, like, you know, we were very excited about the show and talking about the show and said, like, oh, you know, there's certain people we could tell or spread and whatnot. And then Taylor said, oh, yeah, I could, you know, pass along my Facebook. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, just Facebook friends. Like, that's great and all. And he's like, yeah, with my, like, 76,000 follower people. I'm
Just
like,
so casual.
are
right?
you Batman that I don't know about? Like, you've never mentioned this at all. Like,
He
I've
was
never
so
got
casual,
I've never got
right?
someone like 1,000. Like, unfortunately, my sister is cool to me on Facebook who has like 5,000 friends, and I'm sitting there on like my nice 76. Like, you know, like I love all those 76 people, and I don't accept a lot of friend requests actually, but still, like I don't have that many people. Where you are in like the double digits, you're in 76,000. Like
Dude, this
whatever.
guy,
like
this guy's got 5 digits going on.
yeah, like
Tell
that's
us,
impressive.
dude. I
That's
wanna hear
impressive.
about it.
So yeah, how did
What
that?
do you wanna hear?
How did that all
First,
start?
I want to know.
How
Yeah,
did it
just tell
start?
us the
Yeah.
story because
Well, it
this
started-
is something I didn't even know about until earlier today.
It started with a 16-year-old boy who was madly in love with a series, Assassin's Creed.
This is you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm fine with that if it wasn't. I was just like, I met your girlfriend. I was like, did I not know about it? Like a past boyfriend or something? Like, continue. I didn't know. That's fine. I just like, it was had a left field.
No, okay. So Assassin's Creed Relations came out, and basically, I love that game so much, so I made a Facebook page about it. I only got like 500 likes, but then
So that's the first one, right?
That's the first one, yeah.
So you loved it that much that you started a Facebook page and got the 500 likes.
Yeah.
What about it just initially, like, you were like, boom, like, this has me. Like,
Did you?
game?
Were
Yeah,
you
like the
serious
game.
from the beginning?
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Yes.
He just made, like, the Facebook page for, like, the
Right.
first game.
Okay.
So, like, what from that made you go make a Facebook page? Like, that's...
Oh, I just wanted to just promote what
The
was
game?
happening with
Even
the
though you were
game.
getting money for it?
No,
That's how
I
much
mean,
you loved it.
'cause
You wanted
I
to
was
promote it.
passionate about it. So
Okay, no, that's
like
good.
like content that was coming out that other people didn't know about, I just like posting it. And so when that game stopped, like no more DLC, I made a page for Assassin's Creed 3, and then Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and then Assassin's Creed Unity, and then the likes just piled up to like over.
There was
overall all
DLC
of
for
them.
the original Assassin's Creed?
The first one.
Yeah.
No, but I
Okay.
started at Revelations, which is like the
Oh,
fourth
okay.
one in,
Okay.
I think.
So wait, do you have multiple pages, or do you just keep changing the name?
I used to have multiple pages.
now
And you
it's
combine
one.
them.
From Revelations to Unity, and then I kept the Revelations one up, but then I combined all the other ones with Unity into 76,000 likes called Assassin's Creed Universe, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, well. And are you going to be continuing this throughout...
The page?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah,
throughout
like, I'm
the rest of your
constantly-
life? Is this like...
Oh,
are
I'm
you
committed.
in?
I'm committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm going through Syndicate, and I'm going to go through all the more Assassin's Creeds they release, because I don't think they're stopping anytime soon.
Oh no.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing that they're not stopping anytime soon? In your opinion, even though you love it,
They
I
want-
love Batman, but I don't know if I could take a Batman game every year and not be like,
Oh.
this is too much. That's the one. That's the biggest complaint. People still love Assassin's Creed, but then it's turning in that Call of Duty where like everybody's like, oh, what, like this already?
I can understand they're saying it's turning out like Call of Duty, but I mean, I don't think it is, because if they're making huge changes to the gameplay and the storyline, like every game is a different setting and time period with new weapons, new story, and everything. Call of Duty, it's not to bash it, but it's just it's
Funny
still-
because you also like Call of Duty.
But it's the same
I
thing.
do, I do.
They kind of ran out of like war periods, had to make it up. Do you think Assassin's Creed will get to that point where they're gonna have to make up? Like, are we gonna get like a 26 Assassin's Creed where he's like all like
You could,
technoed up
but-
and stuff and like
Assassin's Creed in space.
yeah, exactly.
But it's like, yes, they're moving forward
Assassin's Creed
slowly.
Universe, you could call it.
Yeah, that's true. They're moving forward slowly, but I mean, they could go back and just do like an Assassin's Creed in Egypt or something if they wanted to. Like,
Oh.
there's so
That's a good
many
idea.
different
Yeah.
parts of the world and different time frames. So they'll never really run out of ideas. And I'll keep paying to play them all.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So I found that pretty interesting. Learning that this guy, I don't know why
You
he-
specifically said no transitions. We're not going to do that on this show. We don't
What's
need
a-
He's
transitions.
not transitioning. He's continuing to talk about
Yeah,
that.
He gets in a broadcaster voice like this, just in like
It's just my
like
voice, man.
okay,
Now I'm recharging with some water.
okay, that's good. Well, while you recharge, while you
I didn't know there was so much hype though. Like announced that I had this page, so I mean, like,
if it was like maybe a couple hundred, even 500, I would be like, oh, okay, that's good. But 76,000 is a lot.
That's a
That's
lot of
nothing to
people.
like. That's nothing I could achieve. I don't think. Like, I could try that with like Hannibal, but I don't even think 76,000 people watch that show. Like,
Not with the way it's going. It doesn't seem like it.
no. And we'll get into that coming up now.
Coming up. That was the worst transition I've ever heard.
See, yeah, you made me do it. I'm trying to out transition you.
It's okay.
Anyways,
you'll
well,
get better at this. You'll get better. It's
but
okay.
I don't want to do transition. It's like
Right.
people saying like, I'm going to get better at
The
like
transition
lacrosse.
becomes
I don't want
so
to get better at
natural.
lacrosse.
No.
I don't play lacrosse, so I don't need to get better at it. I don't want to transition.
That's the way conversation works. You always transition, but you get so good at it, just like basic speech.
I guess.
And that's what
We've
we'll
already
get good at.
transitioned now from Assassin's Creed to transitions.
We transitioned into transition conversation.
We're full meta, okay? We've
Which-
gone full loop.
Okay. Well, then let's transition once again into what we're going to be talking about today.
That was beautiful.
Thank
See,
you.
there
I
go.
tried, and now
That
you
was like
ruined
8.5
it.
out of 10.
People would have not known about it, but then you pointed it. It's like when there's a mistake in your movie, like, oh, look at that right there.
And you can never unsee it.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Yeah. But anyways, see, I had it perfectly there before.
What the heck?
I don't know. Anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is our opinions of the last, I guess, 6 to 7 months of 2015. Or we're getting that halfway mark, or I guess we're past the halfway mark.
Yeah.
So just kind of what we've thought, what's been the most important thing to us, what's been like the least important, what we liked, what we disliked, what we loved, what we hated, and what we're looking forward to. Taylor, what has been so far in 2015? What has been the crown jewel for you? What has been like that thing that like you're just loving?
for 2015.
Yeah.
Well, definitely with video game wise, I mean, with Halo the Master Chief Collection. I love that, like playing the story and playing.
You picked that after over Jurassic World?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Jurassic
okay.
World.
No. I got preferences.
you a silver platter.
The day we saw Jurassic World, he sat. There's no end credits. There's nothing. He just sat in the theater watching the credits, just watching them. He got home, dude, Facebook's pictures, raving about the Lego game. He just went on and on and on about Jurassic World, greatest thing ever. And then here we are picking, what's been the best thing in 2015? And like he picks Halo Master Chief Collection.
I thought that'd be Jurassic
which is
World.
the same old stuff.
Recent. I thought it was too
Taylor,
recent.
how many times have you seen the movie?
Jurassic World?
Yeah.
Just twice.
Oh, really?
That's surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really surprising, actually.
I plan to see it many more times.
I saw it in the drive-in.
You go at the drive-in yet?
No.
I saw it there. Did you see it?
No, I haven't gone yet.
It was good, but I did fall asleep. It was really late.
I fell asleep.
I know.
Oh my god.
I'm
Because
sorry.
It doesn't start till like
11:30, and then there's
yeah.
previews, and then like
Wow, that's pretty late.
yeah, and then the audio is like you can get loud, but it's so like boxy and whatnot. Like it's great and it's fun to do, and I want to do it again. But it's like it's tough to hear, and you got people always like talking and whatnot. Like it's still fun, but anyway. So is that? Oh, you stick with Halo?
No,
or
I'll
Jurassic
change.
World?
I thought that'd be too
Okay.
new to like
guys,
go with.
we
It's
don't
not too
need-
new. That
we don't
was-
need a singular thing. Let's just.
That's
you know.
true. That's true. But what? Okay, we just talked about how you obsessed over this movie, which I obsessed over a lot of things. But why over this movie? I know you love Jurassic World, but what did it do right? Why did like for you that it's just like in your heart for the rest of your life?
It had like so many Easter eggs of like the original Jurassic Park movies, like
That was pretty cool.
like the spoiler alert, like the one scene where the T-Rex smashes through the Spinosaurus skeleton.
That was very
That's like you can totally like see that's just like revenge for Jurassic Park 3 when
Big
the T-Rex
screw,
gets
yeah.
destroyed by a Spinosaurus. Like that was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. That's
How could
cool.
you not know? It's
Do you
like,
know like the Easter egg, or do you know what he's talking about?
I know what he's talking about. for
Okay,
sure. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
because that was a
You
big
came to the movie.
backlash.
You came to the movie.
I did go to.
No, I meant in like Jurassic 3.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because everyone was not pleased with that. I think everyone was gonna give that movie a chance, and then that happened, and people like checked out. Were like,
Yeah.
oh. And then
Pretty much.
it was not a good movie, but like from there it just got worse and worse. Because, yeah,
I don't know. I didn't mind Jurassic Park 3. But I mean, like another thing with Jurassic World, like the Jeep that the two boys escape in, it's another spoiler alert, but
Don't worry about spoilers.
that's the same Jeep that Dr. Grant and John Hammond rode into the park with.
Spoiler alert.
I feel like that's probably happened though. Well, I'll look after, but I'll look.
I like that.
Okay, pause for a second. So I could edit that.
But yeah.
How do you know that it's that exact Jeep?
Oh, because it says on the Jeep there's the number on it, and then if you watch Jurassic Park 1, it's got the same number on it,
Okay,
too.
I missed that.
And,
And did you have a problem with the boys still being able to start the Jeep after 20 years?
no, I'm sure those Jeeps are pretty, like,
Oh,
durable and such. I mean,
Oh,
they're
and
newer
such.
vehicles
such.
nowadays are probably, like, not as good compared to those older vehicles.
My Toyota Corolla is pretty banging.
What year is it?
2006.
2006?
A
Well,
good year for
that
that
fits. I mean, like, 2010 and beyond. That's what I'm getting at. But, I mean, that Jeep was, like, made to, like, survive a dinosaur era, basically. So of
was
course
it?
it's-
So he
oh,
went
yeah.
to like Ford or somebody like, I
Jurassic
need this
era,
for
you said?
dinosaurs. And they laughed at like this crazy senile guy wants his Jeep ready for dinosaurs.
Let's talk about the real thing here. You know, Jurassic World, Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, like, the thing with Chris Pratt at this point in time, it's like
He's untouchable.
you could take the worst movie and you just throw him in there, boom, your movie's
He'll
good.
be the best part.
He's
People
like a
go
trump
see
card.
it.
You just this movie is not panning out. Let's hire Chris Pratt.
We need to do like a Paul Rudd, Chris Pratt in.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's 2 syllable names. They get
Paul
the
Rudd,
job done
Chris
because
Pratt.
it's so efficient.
Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, but those are big names, right? Think about it. 2 syllables. Like, I love Brad Pitt. I love Tom Cruise. So
Yeah, but they're kind of being pushed out by Chris Pratt. Paul
Yeah,
Rudd.
yeah.
I think Brad Pitt's kids
Yeah, 'cause
pushed him
they're-
out. I don't think he can act that much and have like 50 kids and like
Yeah.
do it all. But
Wait, 50. What is this situation?
he, like him and Angelique, they've like adopted a bunch of
Oh,
kids.
right.
They've done lots of
I
great
thought you were
things,
talking
but
about
that's a
Chris
lot
Pratt
of
real
kids.
quick.
Yeah, you didn't know? No, it's like 50
shit.
kids. Big scandal. Big
They
scandal.
didn't
But
even have to hire anyone for the movie. They just took all his kids and threw them in there. And...
my question with Chris Pratt is, so he has these 2 big franchises with Jurassic World and Guardians, which is great for him. Like, Guardians is for sure going to continue. Jurassic World, like, it's going to continue no matter what. Lots of money. But or will we get to a point where we'll get too much of him because he's talked about being in Indiana Jones, he's talked about maybe being Han Solo in Star Wars, or that's what people are saying. Like, is there going to become a point where he's doing too much of like all these big franchises? Like I feel like he should stick with those two and maybe go do original stuff because then he's just playing characters that are from the past or they're like established kind of already.
I think it'll kind of be he'll get an image. So like when you think of like Jim Carrey, you think of comedy. It'll be like you think of Chris Pratt, you think of like
leading man
adventure.
comedy. Yeah.
I think that'll happen. I don't think you'll really ever get to the point where it's too much, but I think he'll kind of get that image where he won't be able to get a different movie role.
Which I'm fine with, but I just feel like if he's taking on like all iconic movies, like that's too. I mean, that's too much, and like I want to see other people try it. You know, like I don't actually want to see him as like a young Han Solo. Like he'd be good. He'd be good. Like Indiana Jones, I can see, but Han Solo, like I don't like. I can see it, but he's almost playing that in Guardians of the Galaxy in a way, like that brash kind of like. I don't think Han Solo's as funny. Like, sorry.
He's too beefy for it.
Yeah, especially he's supposed to be a younger Han Solo, like this jacked 8-pack like Han Solo, and then he got like out of shape when he met Luke and Leia. Like, oh, whatever. But
like I kind of think of like Dylan. He looks like he could be a Jedi. Like
Han Solo's not a Jedi though.
Well, you can.
Smuggler. You could be a smuggler.
You could be a smuggler.
And one last question I asked about Jurassic World. They're obviously going to make a sequel. It's made somewhat millions and millions of dollars. It beat like Avengers opening weekend. Yeah, he knows. He has it tattooed on his back probably. But like it beat Avengers.
Does, like we'll post
we'll post a picture. But where
you realize you actually have to go and get one now.
Yeah, I do. I know.
Where do they go now? Because the way the film ended, and I won't spoil it if anyone hasn't seen, but it ended in a way that like you could end it and never make a Jurassic World again or Jurassic Park, whatever. It ended like kind of like in a good and bad way, but it ended in like a good way for like the franchise. It was kind of like just a good cliff note to end on. Where do you go from there? Like I know there's talks of, spoiler alert, of like dinosaurs in the army or whatnot, but I don't want that. I don't want like them sending like oh, there's a war going on in Iraq, and then there's a bunch of like raptors running around. Like I don't want to see that. It's all about the park. But then now in this franchise, there's no way you could do another park. I guess they can. They could just do it and be like, we could get money, but like that'd be.
They won't do another park. If anything, I see it kind of like them doing like with Jurassic or the Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, them having like a site B, and then Dr. Wu got away and he has all those dino embryos, so them experimenting with the dinos on that island, and then it breaks loose or something like that.
But then how do you bring Chris Pratt into it? Because you know they're going to want to bring him back. No, legit, they will want him back. They're not just going to, like, he's a big star.
And he's signed on, apparently, too, for more sequels.
Well, there was that lab. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but...
I mean, so technically, couldn't they bring everyone back in to try and take control of the island, and then there's that lab and all these new dinosaurs?
They could, but you'd feel like Chris Pratt's character would be like, I don't want to do this, you know? Like, all his kind of friends were gone, except for, like, whatever the main raptor was, but, like...
Blue?
Yeah, Blue, like,
Blue.
I don't know.
So easy. One syllable. Come on.
Is he better than Paul Rudd?
No, that
No,
was
two is
Paul
perfect.
Rudd. Just Blue. It's only one class. That's not good.
What happens
That's
in
like a nickname.
Jurassic World 2 or whatever they call it? Paul Rudd plays Blue.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Blue's a girl.
What? He could pull it off. There's been not so many
He's
things
a good
in
actor.
Hollywood.
He could do it for sure.
So Chris Pratt is the alpha and Paul Rudd is the beta.
I guess so.
I already have my ticket pre-ordered. Like that's
Pre-ordered, wow. For a movie that hasn't even started filming or not
Oh,
a release date or anything.
I'll even see it twice.
Who do you have the hooks in? Because I need to get in with this person.
Yeah.
Pre-orders for Jurassic World 2.
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay.
No, I think has there been a movie or anything with Chris Pratt and Paul Rudd? I feel like that's too much. That's too much.
You're just trying to
charisma.
force it now.
There's too much charisma there.
I feel like it'll happen.
If you had him dressed up as a dinosaur, you could work.
Well, it's probably going to happen because of Ant-Man. That could potentially cross over at
Jurassic
some
World,
point.
also Marvel.
No, Guardians and Ant-Man.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Good
Yeah, did you really thought I was? Did
that's
you?
gonna be so good.
You legitimately thought right now I was pitching a Marvel Jurassic Park crossover? I'm sorry, I love the dinosaurs, but they would lose.
Would you be opposed to such a thing?
Yeah, a short film maybe, a very high budget
the
short
Hulk
film.
fighting a T-Rex, like you.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
You sold
want
me.
to see it.
You sold
now.
me right
You
there.
have your ticket pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Dylan writes up a script while you direct.
No, I'm not a writer.
Yeah,
I
and then
can't
get
do
sued millions and millions of
I'll
dollars.
be in the T-Rex.
I'll call Paul Rudd to be blue.
I'll fight him.
Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, what are you looking forward to for the rest of 2015?
I'll talk about Halo. I'll back you up.
Thank you. There we go.
But how's it the best? You haven't played it yet.
She has.
Yeah,
She's put in so many hours
Yeah.
into Halo.
Of what? Is it the Master Chief?
Yeah,
Or?
Master Chief Collection.
They're
like,
still playing Master Chief.
with
Collection.
its-
That's how much
Oh my
content.
God.
Dude, there's 600 achievements.
So something from 2014 was
Yeah,
that
how-
powerful.
No, I'm at like 80% though.
Oh.
It was that powerful from 2014. It carries over to 2015.
Hey,
That's why I was gonna talk
No,
about
that's fine. I'm just saying that's a lot of power. A lot of
No,
people.
I can pick a new game.
Well, it's
No,
like,
you
that's
stick
like
with
5
that.
games in one. So yeah.
That's true. Did you? Because I don't play Halo. How were like the servers and everything? Because that's the only real
They
complaint I
fixed
saw.
everything, I thought.
Yeah, but at the
In the beginning, it was really bad. They
Yeah.
ended up giving out a free copy of ODST to everyone that stuck with it.
oh right, I heard about
Because
that.
of how bad it was.
Okay.
So, like, matchmaking was just absolute, like...
Was it really like mismatched or like what? Because I don't play Halo, so I never knew the servers or anything. I just
It
always
wasn't
see
even like functional.
fan
Yeah, it
people
was, like, you
raging
get-
on my Twitter like I hate Master Chief.
Yeah, you
like
get stuck sitting there waiting for people to get enough players to even start a game for like half an hour, and then the game would like crash, it wouldn't even load. Or you get people like...
sounds like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, you get them at like way higher level, and you just like you get sniped as soon as you spawned, and it was just no fun because there was no even leveling. It was so bad.
Okay, that's yeah. Well, it's fixed now, right? So
So, but 600 achievements. That's what I'm in it for.
600.
You're still
600?
600. 600.
But isn't that not a lot?
That's a lot.
What?
Is it?
Well,
What? Yeah.
Most games are like 20.
20? Oh wait, sorry. I thought you meant a gamer like
No,
score.
six-
I'm like,
6,000.
screw you guys. I know I jumped over to PS4, but I know like 600 can't be that
No,
much.
it's
Like,
6,000.
okay, no, that's fair. I'm like 600. That's
So if you're a PlayStation, that's 600 trophies.
well, there is no Halo on
Well,
my
I'm saying the
PlayStation.
PlayStation equivalent.
Yeah, I don't. Why? Do you feel it's just that game you need all the achievements, or is it in
No,
general?
I'm an achievement hunter.
Some,
Okay,
some
I used to
games
be.
more than others. Like
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
just want to, I did that with Resident Evil 4. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
I do that with
Felt-
favorite
felt the need
games,
to.
but I used to try and do that for all games, but then I'm like, this is taking up part of my life. Like,
Some
there's
games,
times
yeah,
where I'm
some
done
good
playing the
ones will,
game,
yeah.
and then I'm still trying to get the achievements. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, like there's like, I don't know, there's like Last of Us for
Yeah.
PS4, like that has all these achievements I've never unlocked because I just really want to, or sorry, trophies that like, I'm fine with playing it once, and then I'll play it again in maybe like 5 years because it's a great game, but I don't need to play it again.
Well, some games, like achievements, give you something more to do
Yeah,
apart from
that's
like
true.
actual story. But some games just like aren't good enough.
But
to
is that a
warrant
crappy
doing-
game then?
No, because what if it's
Shouldn't the game just fulfill you enough, and then the achievements or trophies just like an add-on?
It
Same
is.
thing as
It is
DLC.
an-
That's
it
the
is
big
an
thing
add-on.
right now.
It pretty much is because you don't have to get the gamer score. It doesn't matter.
That's true. But that's the same thing when it comes up with DLC, though. Like, with them now, it seems like they're specifically saving a lot of stuff for DLC and to charge you. Like,
Well, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah,
I
look,
think.
DLC is just no.
yeah.
Day one DLC.
I'm getting screwed over on my Arkham Knight
Okay,
DLC.
yeah, no,
you want
no,
more
no,
skins? You want more skins?
You want to talk about day one DLC? Freaking Elder Scrolls. 4 hours of updating to get on as soon as I bought it when I got home.
Online. Elder Scrolls Online.
Was it worth it, though, the 4 hours?
Yeah, it's...
Well, there you go. See?
Well, not when I get home. I just spent $70 plus tax and I want to play it.
True.
And I
But
just waste 4 hours sitting there watching the
at least you got something out of it. I get Batmobiles that I'm not even allowed to drive in mid-game. They're like, oh, you can drive this when you, like, race the Riddler. But that's it. You can't do anything. So I can't be Michael Keaton's Batmobile. I gotta just look at it and, like, that's cool.
But the
I
thing-
paid $40 for this. Like,
I don't know. There's like games coming out now where like you buy like you buy the game, it's like $70, and then there's literally the day it comes out, there's more stuff you can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like why you should put that in the game. You really should.
yeah.
I think what Splatoon is doing is. Do you guys know what Splatoon's doing?
I hear good things.
I don't
yeah.
know if I like it honestly.
Really?
All
Tell
this
me,
content.
I don't know. And I
Would you
really
rather-
sarcastic, but
yeah,
I-
Well,
you-
here's the
you
thing with
tell.
Splatoon. They have all of this content, like a bunch of maps and like weapons and stuff. It's all on the disc. It's just not unlocked yet. So it's kind of like you bought this game, you don't get all of it, and they're just releasing more and more. It's free. It's all free, but it's just like it's on the disc. Why can't I just use it from the get go? Like why do you have
like
to?
backwards compatibility on the Xbox
It would
One.
it would be like if you're playing if you get Halo.
Not gonna say I told you
If you
so.
like if you
but-
get Halo and you can only do half the missions, and then a month later they'll let you do one more mission. another month. Well,
But doesn't
unlock another
that
mission,
give
even
you
though it's
more
already there.
incentive to keep going back and playing it? That's the positive
No.
spin I've heard. But this is the positive part I've heard of, like, at least Nintendo has a vision for this game. They didn't just release it and, like, okay, this is Splatoon, no one plays it. Like, they have people going back and playing it. And it is free. They're not charging. If
Yeah.
they were charging, I could see. But that's the only, like, that's a positive spin I've heard. I've not played or own it, so I can't
Well,
make a full...
it's not necessarily a bad thing, because you're not paying anymore. You have all the content.
But it's not the best
It's
thing.
just like, I just don't really like that
don't
I guess
just wait to
mentality
buy
even.
it. Like, why do I need to buy it now if I wait 2 months and then I'm gonna have more to play and I don't have to wait for it?
You will.
That's what a lot of people
Yeah.
have said, that they're just going to wait till, like, everything releases. Is that a good game, though, overall?
Yeah, the only reason I don't play it a whole lot is because usually when I'm just like alone playing the game, I usually play something I can stream, and I don't have an HD capture card to stream anything from my Wii U.
Is it your favorite game so far of the year?
It could be. It could be. I really like it. I think the problems with it are just because it's on the Wii U, and so you can't like talk to people, and it's a game all about like teamwork and strategy. And I mean, it's a Nintendo game, so that's what you get. But at the same time,
That's what you get.
it is. It's kind of unfortunate that It'll be interesting to see what Nintendo does next.
How do you feel about them already pumping out like a new console and maybe in the next 3 years, NEX or whatever it's going to be?
I just want to see what they're going to do next, because every generation they do something wacky.
Do you feel like they're going to try and go the more like hardcore PS4, Xbox One
You can't
gamer?
predict what Nintendo's going to do.
They're one of the most innovative for sure.
Yeah.
I find when they come out, it's always something that, you know, like the screen was the first really to
The
come
gamepad,
up
yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
The Wii Motion.
I actually really like the game. The gamepad adds a lot of...
But it hasn't added in like financial wise. Like the Wii was one of the greatest sellers of all time,
Yeah.
and now the Wii U took a big hit because I don't. Do
Well, that
you
doesn't,
think
that
it would
doesn't really matter to me, though, right?
But it matters to them,
I
and
think it's
it matters to
cool.
them, and it matters to what they'll do next. Like
That's
to you,
true.
do you think if it wasn't titled Wii U, it maybe would have sold better? Because I feel like people that aren't
I
the
would be
Wii.
honest, I didn't even like know. Like I buy every Nintendo console. I didn't even like know. Of it.
Yeah.
I like when it came out. I was like, oh,
Like
that's
the
out
Wii-
already. I didn't.
The Wii reached a lot of like mainstream and a lot of families, a lot of things like that. But then you just throw out this Wii U.
I feel like
and-
the problem with the Wii U is it didn't have like good games when it came out.
No, not at all.
I can't
Just like
remember.
another Mario that was pretty much the same, except like for some added stuff.
It came out with its release title was Zombie U. So I worked at EB Games at the time that
Oh,
it
yeah.
came out.
And then the same month, wasn't there like a
Zombie
Call of Duty 2? And
Like
in
if
the
they came out
same
with
release-
Wii U and like Splatoon was out right away or Smash
Yeah.
or something, then it would have been a different story.
That's kind of
for
the problem
Wii U.
with the other consoles too. They had games, Xbox One, PS4, but it was like
I felt like
felt
that was
like
kind of lacking
forever.
too. Almost.
I had a PS4 and I felt like I was waiting for. Like I bought Tomb Raider again just so I could have like a game to play. Well, I needed something to play,
Yeah.
and that's like. And I'm not a big Call of Duty guy. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy. Like
Silent
I'm not a
shots.
Fields
No,
guy. I
Silent
guess.
shots.
Yeah.
Well, with Xbox, that's all that there really was. Like Xbox, they released Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Assassin's Creed,
And a bunch of like
That was-
remasters of
Yeah, that's when Xbox One came out, but those games were already available on 360. So
Right.
I mean, who's gonna
Yeah,
go
their
out and
release
buy?
title was Rise, and
that wasn't even
That
that,
game
bad.
just flopped.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember. There's some statement or something. Like, something came out with, like, oh, we're not going to make a Rise 2. It's like...
Actually,
No,
No,
duh.
I'm gonna sell my Xbox. That's the only reason I got this thing. No, PS4 has actually been impressing me. I think
Because you're in the midst of trying to decide. You have...
I think E3 pushed me to the point where I might buy a PS4. Do you guys all have one, by the way?
I do.
Taylor does
I have,
not.
I have
You
a
don't?
PS3
I
and
thought
an
you did.
Xbox One.
No.
And
He is
360.
hardcore in the Xbox camp.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I thought you were just
Oh,
like
gosh, yeah.
all of them, but
No,
Well,
that'd be me.
yeah.
I have everything.
I wish I had everything. I got the 2 out of 3. But the only reason I just don't have an Xbox One is because there's no exclusives on one. I don't play Halo, and Gears I'm kind of, like, over. So I was just like, I'm going to save myself the money. I almost bought one when they announced backwards compatibility, but I was like, no, like, I have, like, 360 still, like...
There's the modding features they're going to be putting in there to bring in mods and stuff. That's a huge
But
thing,
I don't
especially
have the
for PC
time.
gamers, too.
I don't have the time to mod. I'll download a mod, I guess, but that, for me, doesn't, like, appeal to me because I don't have the time. I'm, like... Between all the games coming out in November, I won't have the time to... I'm going to play a campaign, side missions, then move on. Like Metal Gear Solid is coming out in whenever, October or November, and that's like supposed to be this long, huge game, and that's like kicking off the season. So I don't know. Yeah. For me, it doesn't like. That's the only
Wait,
only
what?
thing, I guess.
Xbox is doing that, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that might appeal to you for Fallout.
Yeah, you can download mods for Fallout 4 that people have made on PC onto the Xbox One.
That's good that they finally added that.
Will it? Here's the question: will it work smoothly though?
I
When-
think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
I think
Okay.
so.
I mean, there's probably some mods that would not work, but all the popular ones, the ones that are high rated, just like on Steam.
Yeah.
You don't use
No,
Steam or anything.
I'm not a computer guy.
But the mod stuff is really good. You just hit download. Oh, now I have all these new weapons I can use. I have new missions. It's really simple. I don't know why it wouldn't work on Xbox.
It'll be interesting to see what the achievements that come along with playing mods are going to be too, if they have any.
I wouldn't see it, but
I don't think they would. Well, I don't think in Fallout they will. I feel like that could come later on, but I feel like with their first tinkering of it, like
Xbox is pretty big on their achievements
Yeah,
now.
it's a big thing. Like even for like
I guess.
like I said, Halo.
Yeah.
You know, it's play. Like one of them is like 700 online multiplayer games, right?
Yeah.
So I could see it be like download and play 10 modded games.
well, we'll have to see if the mods that they let. Well, is it? I guess it'll just be for certain games, right? Mods.
yeah, like
We'll
right now
have
they
to
just said
see-
Fallout, and then they'll go. I think they'll see the
We'll
success.
have to see if like
Well,
Microsoft has to approve every mod, or if they'll just let you put them out there and people
Yeah.
can rate them and stuff. Because if they like go through everyone and like see what it adds, I could totally see them putting achievements in there too.
Yeah, that might be a lot of extra work for them though.
Unless they take credit for it.
Right.
Here's our new DLC.
Well,
That's true.
If
Yeah.
you look at Spark though,
Money.
like people could go and make their own game and just upload it. It didn't have to go through an approval process, so it could be the same where people
Yeah.
could
That was on
download it.
Xbox.
I just wonder because that was the big thing they stressed with the backwards compatibility. Like, oh, it's gonna happen, but the publisher's gonna have to say yes. So that's why, like, I wonder with the achievements, whatnot, and monitoring modding, like, what they will have to do to get that work. I don't know.
That's cool though that they're adding that. I didn't know about that. That's really good because
Didn't they announce it at the conference that you
Yeah.
two were raving about?
They announced
Yeah,
it. I
it
just
was on-
You
forgot.
too, Jessica and
Well-
Dylan. Oh, greatest thing
Hey,
since
I
sliced
was
bread.
there.
But like,
was that in the Fallout thing or Xbox One?
I thought it wasn't Fallout because when they were doing the
No,
montage.
That was
they
Xbox.
announced
Was it?
at
I didn't watch
Xbox.
Xbox.
Okay,
So-
my bad. I lost. One in the L column for me, but
No, I didn't watch the Xbox thing. I never got around to it. Mainly because I haven't really. Xbox One has not impressed me at all. Like I don't even care about it really, but PS4 has been, and so that's why I watched that one.
yeah.
And yeah, actually, mainly from E3. I think I'll probably get one.
But now does the modding like turn you because you're looking very forward to Fallout and
Well, here's the thing with a lot of people didn't like Skyrim until they got mods
Yeah.
for it, and I can totally see that. Like that's a huge thing for Skyrim.
I know I wish I was into Skyrim because I've seen multiple videos of people playing as Batman. And I was like, oh,
And
man.
mods are
Dude,
definitely a
Oh,
Turn
good
the
man.
thing.
dragons into Charizards. That was
Wow.
like the best mod ever.
Oh yeah, there's every mod you can imagine. People do a lot of weird stuff.
I think that's the greatest thing every day of logging onto Twitter and seeing like what somebody has done with Grand
But
Theft Auto.
that's the thing I have to choose
Like-
though. If I, because I might get a PS4, and if I do, then it's probably worth it to just get Fallout for that. Because if I want to get Fallout for PC, I have to get a new graphics card, and that's more money.
Yeah.
So
How much is it?
Probably a couple $100 or something.
But then a PS4 is like 500 well, after tax and everything.
Yeah, but there's other things I want with the PS4,
That's true.
not just Fallout.
Do you want the Mad Max video game coming out?
I have no idea what that is.
You have no idea what that is as a like entity or the game.
The game. I didn't know there was a game.
Okay, there is.
Does it actually look like a good game?
I don't know. That's the tough thing, and that's where I was going to bring up my best thing of 2015 so far has been Mad Max the film. Before I get into that,
Really? Best thing, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
find that hard to believe too.
easily. Have you seen it?
No.
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 I'm not gonna lie though, I do love Tom Hardy. So.
And that's why when you see
I
it,
wanted to see it.
there's only one
Never
person
got
I've
around
talked to
it.
so far that said it was so. But before I got into film, yeah, the game, like it looked good, and then the movie came out and it blew everyone away. So everyone was like, it has to be like this, and now more stuff has come out, and the game's kind of like.
Is the game based on the movie?
No, it has elements, but it's not.
Just
we don't
like in
really
the
know.
world,
It kind of looks like it's gonna pull things from like all the movies, but I don't know. I probably will buy it. I've bought crappy games before, but like if it's at least like if people are giving it at least a 6 out of 10, then I'll probably have to like fork it over, or I'll wait till like a Boxing Day sale or something. But because the movie that's why they should have got that game ready, because the movie has me so pumped. Because the movie is, and that's why all three of you need to see it. It is, as someone who's hopefully aspiring to be a writer and director one day, is just the greatest thing I've seen in a long time. Like, there's nothing been, like, I'm trying to think, like, it's been a long time for me to see. There's lots of movies that get me, and, like, I'll feel really good about it, and I'll love it, but nothing like that film, just impacted me the way, like, anything else has film-wise. There's other stuff in TV land that has, but film-wise, I think probably since The Dark Knight, nothing has made me feel that way. And the way I feel is I can go see a great movie, like, oh, that was great, or I loved it, but it takes a lot for me to see it and then right away be like, that's why I want to make a movie. Like, that's why this is a thing that makes me want to be, like, a director. And that's what that movie did. It was perfect in the way of, it's not a long movie. It's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it almost feels like the short story, because it's not this big convoluted plot. It's not like Avengers where it's like there's a robot in this mind and blah 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 and all these people. It's just like not really spoilers in the plot. Like, I won't give everything away.
A lot of movies these days have, their movie, but then it's like, oh, there's more coming, or there's this aspect that
which I'm fine with, because to me that's like a new genre. But it's just nice to see something refreshing as a kind of a short story, but in a 2-hour form, because it's literally.
Is there going to be a second or anything, or is it just boom?
They want, like, this is the 4th one in the series, but it was kind of like a reboot and whatnot.
Right.
They like, the people that are behind it say there will be another one. Financially, it did good enough, so it's one of those things, it's kind of tough, and to get this film made, there was all, like, development hell and, like, took years. So I think it will get made because the reaction has been so positive. Like, if you look at other people's lists of, like, best movies so far, or, like, people have talked about this being a game changer. People have talked about this being, like, one of the greatest movies of all time. And I felt like everybody that loves film watched it and felt the same thing coming out of it, that it was something special, and it has so many great elements, but it's just a simple story of, we got to get so-and-so from point A to point B, and this is what happens in between. You have a lot of messed up stuff.
I heard. It was just drive here, drive back.
But it's so much more than that. That's what I mean. Like, it's a short story, but there's so much stuff in it between the characters and the villains, and it's just, like, they make a villain who has no lines better than most Marvel or comic book films. That's the biggest complaint I have. Other than Loki, that's all they got. Like, for Marvel, they're really bad at making a villain that you understand their motivation, or you get their motivation, or you care about them. They're just throwaway people that are just, this is the bad guy and I want to destroy the world. It's like, they'll have different spins.
A lot of movies don't get villains right.
No, they don't. I think a lot of comic book movies, I don't know, like, like, you'd have to go back, because, like, the original Spider-Man did the villains great, and then these Spider-Mans didn't. Lizard was just kind of a one-dimensional, like, in the comics he wanted to turn people into Lizard at some point, but they did it poorly. In Green Goblin, they made kind of just a weird kind of joke. Like, I don't know, to me, he's supposed to be Harry's and Peter's best friend, but there's really no conflict there. He just automatically wanted to kill him, and who else was in there? Oh, Electro. Don't get me started on Electro. Like, just Riddler 2.0 from, like, the Jim Carrey version. Like, I'm obsessed with Spider-Man, and, like, I don't like stuff where the villain's overly stupid of, like, oh, a cop shot at me, so it's Spider-Man's fault. Like, no, dude, like, and he's, like, a scientist, like, he's smart, he knows, like, all this stuff, but, like, he doesn't have common sense. So that's just one of the many things why Mad Max, all three need to see it. It's just,
dude, we'll definitely check it out.
It's incredible. It's just something else. It's something that, like, I don't think will ever happen again. It's something that I look at and be like, I don't know if I could ever make anything half as good as this. It's...
Well, you could, because it only got 8.4 out of 10. So.
Oh! That's still... whatever. Go to Rotten Tomatoes. I'm sure it's higher. And whatever. IMDb's...
No, I'm trying to give you hope that you can be a better director than Mad Max. Why is that a bad thing?
What? Because I think I know personally, I don't think I could be better than George Miller, because it's just so good. And, IMDb, I love the site, but it's very bad, because...
that was great.
You know what
that was
it's
so good.
Because it's a classic of, like, I loved The Dark Knight, okay? I loved it. And on IMDb, I gave it a 10. And then, as you slowly see, this is the great thing about comic books. There's great things about comic fans, and there's terrible things, and this is the bitter part of them. And it's the same thing, I guess that says something about me, it's the same thing that wrestling fans have, is if it's not the greatest thing ever and something else is greater, we have a problem with that. So what does everyone do to, like, Shawshank Redemption and The Godfather, 2 movies that were above it? We're just gonna give it ones. We're just gonna give, even though The Godfather could be a 10 out of 10 film, Shawshank, I don't think it's 10 out of 10, but it's great. But no, that's what people go. So all of a sudden, Dark Knight releases, and it shoots to the top, and then it starts to level out, and it gets about like 4 or 5, but then people are like, no, it has to be number 1. So let's go to Godfather, let's go to Shawshank, let's go to all these movies and just give it 1. So that's my problem with IMDb, is you see rarely, if you look at the rating systems, you'll see a lot of 10s and a lot of 1s. There's some 9s and 8s, but you don't see many like 2s and 4s. You're going to go look it up, I know you are right now.
I'm going to go do the Rotten Tomatoes.
The Rotten Tomatoes should be a better thing. I think that's like, I'd be surprised if it's 95... Or sorry, if it's lower than 95 to me. And like Rotten Tomatoes, I think is great because it gets a collection of them, and and that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Reviews are reviews. You can like it, you can like it not. There's terrible, and that's why the IMDb. I'm guilty of that some way too. If someone says you should go watch the movie, right away I look at it, and if it's like, oh, a 6.2, I'm like, I'm not watching that. Like, even though there's so many movies, I'll go and look, and like the Saw movies, which are all like 5 and maybe under 6, like these are rated terribly. Like, I love the hell out of these movies, so it's like I'm guilty of it too, like believing that, but.
So we're talking like audience score or the tomato meter?
Give me... Okay, first, the tomato meter is probably higher, right, than the audience approval? Yeah, because audiences aren't smart. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
But, no, I think...
Not our audience, though.
Of course not. Other audiences. The IMDb audience. No, I'm joking. That's me, too. I'm so taking a shot at myself. No, I would think so, because I think there were some people that didn't like it because, it's just a driving movie. But it was so much more than that. But anyways, is it 98?
For the tomato meter?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. I thought I saw it the other day. Yeah, that's great.
He checks on a week.
No, I saw it because like I was really excited for the Jake Gyllenhaal Southpaw movie, and then all these reviews are coming out. It's like 56.
South Park movie.
No, everyone all months ago was like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's gonna get an Oscar. This is his time. And then like I look around to me, it's like 56. I'm like, it's not his time, I guess. Which, by the way, Nightcrawler. People go see it. I have nothing to do with that movie.
Netflix.
Have you watched it?
I started it and kind of like in and out of conversation.
You gotta watch it all the way
ending,
through.
So I probably shouldn't bother to watch it.
No, watch it. It's so
Yeah.
good. Gyllenhaal gives... I was like so-so on Gyllenhaal. He gave that performance. Done. Like, I love that movie. Like, that is
I think my
tied...
problem with Jake Gyllenhaal. Too many syllables.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But no, between... what was it? That, Whiplash, and probably one comic book movies. I rank them differently, the comic book movies, because I'm biased, so I always will give them, like, really high scores. But, yeah. But, no, Mad Max is... It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you've seen it, see it again. Give it as much money as possible. Even if you're not going to watch it, just buy the DVD so they'll make a sequel and I can, like, be happy.
Still at the Encore.
What? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
9,
Oh,
10,
let's go
guys.
see
I
them.
think I've seen it 3 or 4 times, but I'd be down to see it
You
again.
beat Taylor with Jurassic Park. Wow.
I was surprised. My favorite movie all the time I saw 11 times. I saw The Dark Knight 11 times in the
11
theater.
times.
In the theaters, yeah. Thank you to my mother for paying for all those movie theaters
My
because I was in
record
middle school.
for theater it might be Inception. I think I saw it 3 or 4 times.
Inception was so good. I saw that twice in the theater. And that's my favorite movie experience because I saw it with no previews. I was doing landscaping.
I can't remember if I saw
I was
it
up in nowhere and like nothing. So I didn't know it was about dreams. All I knew is it's my favorite director, great cast. I'm in. I saw one teaser when it first came out, like the buildings falling. Like, this looks good. And I saw nothing, so I didn't know it was about dreams. So I'm just sitting there in the movie theater and like, oh, you can go in your dream. I'm like, what? Like, this is gonna get good. Like, it's so good. Like,
Dreams?
yeah,
Wow.
exactly. And I love dreams to begin with. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, my favorite horror movie of all time. Like, Freddy's the man. Anything to do with dreams, and dreams because like I love because I want to figure them out one day. Like whether they're good
You're
or
in the movie business, not
bad.
the science business. Come on, what are you doing?
Can
I
you
could-
actually die from lack of sleep? Is that an actual thing?
I think so. I thought I saw someone that
I
someone
think
has.
so.
Taylor's gonna try it out for us.
There was a guy actually. He did. He was going for the record for longest time playing like a video game.
He didn't
And
break it,
A guy died going for that record.
but did he make it?
Did he get the record?
you
That's
know
the
what?
important
If
part
you
here.
didn't, you're a failure.
If he did, someone has beaten it since because they've changed the rules for that
Oh.
record.
that
So,
makes sense.
So like
not to kill
every
people.
what is it? It's something like every
12
every
hours or something.
12 hours you can have 2 hours of rest or whatever.
Yeah, because that would be bad. If
'Cause-
like
yeah.
the old way,
Well, yeah, someone
Yeah.
died.
People,
so.
yeah.
that would be.
How about you? What movie
Very
did you see
bad.
the most in theaters? Do you remember? Have you seen anything more than once? Probably.
Oh yeah. For sure, these.
Jerseys. Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I saw like Avatar way
Oh.
too many times.
How many?
You're
times?
that person?
Ballpark it. Ballpark
No,
it.
I'm not. I didn't.
How many times?
That's not like by choice. It was okay. When I was like
Sure.
16, every I'd go to a movie 2 times a week. I'd go every Tuesday and every Friday. Whoever would go with me, I'd go to a movie. If no one would go with me, I'd go by myself. So if people wanted to see Avatar, I'd go see Avatar. So
People wanted to go see Avatar.
Yeah, people wanted to see Avatar.
I liked
no,
it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw Lion
That's what I
King
did
a
with
lot of
Batman.
theaters, too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Lion
That's
King's like,
but that's legit.
yeah.
That's amazing.
yeah,
I was
and
just
it went
listening
back
to that
in
the other
theaters.
day.
How can you not go to see that
Yeah.
in theaters?
With extended footage.
Oh, never before seen
Extended
footage.
One day I'm gonna get a Lion King tattoo.
One day.
Anyways,
That today.
back
Let's do it.
on today.
And Taylor can get his tattoo for his.
Taylor, how about you? What movie?
Would that be a? He said,
Well, I
didn't
gotta
he?
answer the tattoo.
Did he?
What's this tattoo?
I thought he
About
said.
like what was it? How much Jurassic Park made?
Oh yeah, 500 over
But it's,
500
you,
million.
you can't yet. You gotta wait till it stops.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
But,
like,
No,
it-
no, you
it-
could get like a chart going.
It'll probably get.
Chart, yeah,
yeah.
keep
Then you
that.
gotta have the
Microsoft
word.
Excel on your back.
I do love Microsoft.
We'll get a little
Xbox.
growth chart like first weekend, and then how much, and then second weekend,
Oh,
all the way
God.
up Taylor's spine.
Thank goodness you have a girlfriend now, because you wouldn't after that. What's
Oh,
this? Oh, it's just the Jurassic Park box office stats. Unless you meet that one
I
Jurassic
have
World.
one too.
Yeah.
Which Jurassic Park is yours for? Mine's for Jurassic Park 1.
Oh no, that would not end well.
No.
Taylor,
To
did
get
we-
back on-
what movie?
I thought you said your movie that you saw the most in theater.
No, I don't think you did.
No, I mean I just said Jurassic World. I saw twice, but I mean,
There's no movie you've seen more than 2 times?
oh no, like. I mean, I saw Avatar lots of times. I think like 5 times in theaters.
Oh,
I
What
you
saw,
see me, okay.
See,
All
that
you
movie's
people.
so long. I feel like that'd just be like.
Oh, it's so boring.
I liked it, but I started not to like because everyone was like, "This is the greatest movie of all time," and
It was definitely got overhyped.
yeah, like that was the problem. It was good, but it was not the greatest all time good. Even though it's the most money making people because of you people, like 5 times, 6 times, like it has the record.
No,
It's like
no,
2
mine
points.
was only 4. He beat me.
Okay, way to go, Taylor.
well, I mean, I didn't mean to. It's just like other
Yeah,
people
people
like,
wanted to
let's
go.
go. Like, okay, yeah, sure. I haven't seen it yet.
Has
But-
a tattoo on his back.
I loved Avatar. Like, it was a long intro, but I mean, like the message in the movie and like the fight scene at the end, like you get
I gotta
tears in
see it
your
again. I haven't
eyes.
seen it in a good minute.
It
We'll
was such
review
a
it
good
once.
movie.
A good minute. Hashtag
Oh.
a good minute. Anyways,
It's so good.
that was a good movie, and
Oh,
we just
yeah.
talked about highlights of 2015. What has been your low light? What has been something that, like, yeah, hashtag transition. What has been, like, what's disappointing you? What's been a bad movie? What's been a bad game? What's been so far that, like, hasn't been up to your liking?
I know I already talked about Assassin's Creed, but I'm gonna go back with Assassin's Creed Unity. It just got so much hate when it first came out, like with the glitches and like no face bugs on characters and like it didn't work at all. It was completely broken and like Ubisoft really just hit a wall with it. And they had to consistently keep releasing like these patches like every week or 2
That's
weeks.
always good.
Oh,
Yeah, but it I never had any problems personally with my copy of the game. Mine just ran fine.
Because
But
that site, they're like, this kid, don't let any problems. He has 76 people.
Yeah,
We'll lose
exactly.
them all if he complains.
I tried so hard to promote too.
Make sure Taylor Field's like a field, like that Taylor, like make sure he gets a good copy.
Taylor Field as in the field.
Yeah,
It's that one.
like a football field, like, you
You have
know.
the tattoo on
Like
his back.
Madden.
Yeah, he has a Jurassic Park tattoo.
it was so hard to like promote the game because like I'm serious.
That's
like,
always the
even,
worst.
Even on my page, when I'm
Play this
posting
crappy
good
game.
things about it, I see these comments like, "Oh, Unity sucks." Like, "Oh, like I don't know how to fix this. Can you tell me how to fix this?" And I'm not gonna
Taylor's in there
answer.
deleting all the bad comments.
I get the same comments. I say,
Taylor's
"Oh, I
like,
had
know my business.
I get the same comments. I say, "I had a great day." Everyone's like, "You suck," and like, so I feel your pain.
It's just so much hate on it. And then when Ubisoft released the trailer, their announcement trailer for Syndicate, they put out these comments like of all this hate mail they got from fans about about Unity, and they're just like, we worked so hard on this, and it really just hurt to get all this. And I'm sitting there like almost crying, thinking I've tried to support you guys as best I could. I'm so sorry you had to go through this, but I mean the game did hit a lot of obstacles, and that's probably I wish that game like that really just did well because it was the first Assassin's Creed with 4-player co-op, and it was just
And he touted that big time.
huge. Yeah,
So your worst is not necessarily that game is the worst. It's just
The impact.
just how.
Yeah, that's the
yeah. Like that game was supposed to be like so like the super. It's supposed to be like the ultimate like Assassin's Creed. Like it was like right up there, but it just didn't pan out.
Could
that
the
way.
franchise like survive another thing of that happening? If let's
Well-
say, because what's the title next one coming out?
The next one, Syndicate?
Oh, Syndicate? Yeah, if that comes out and it's the same problems. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not...
Taylor forgets. Oh, got tattoo.
But if that were to happen with Syndicate, would that really damage it? Like, would they... Like, what do you mean? Yeah, like, what would happen if it comes out same thing?
It would...
Would it lose a lot of its fan base?
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Would it lose you?
No,
would you go get your tattoos buffered off?
No, of course not. I mean, it's a lot of the fans have already left because Assassin's Creed is so repetitive. But I mean, most people don't realize like they started Assassin's Creed like 3 years ago, and it just happens to release consecutively, like every single like year, like another. Assassin's
Creed. Because they have 2
comes
companies
out.
on it.
Yeah, they got multiple companies on it, and I mean, people just seem to kind of like let that go over their head, I guess. But if Syndicate doesn't turn out to be good, then I think it'll really damage them, but I think the fact that they've drifted away from multiplayer and focused on the main campaign, like single-player aspect.
I think they should stay away from multiplayer for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, if Syndicate doesn't pan out, but I'm sure it will. I mean, they got games like Ghost Recon coming out. That's just gonna do wonders for Ubisoft.
I hope.
Oh,
it has me excited.
It looks amazing. I mean, the change of scenery, like the last one that came out was Future Soldier. I mean, I didn't play like a lot of that, but I
if you don't want to play Call of Duty, play this.
I thought it was like a Just Cause game when I first saw the reveal for it. Like I didn't know what it was. I was trying to we were trying to name off figure out what this game was, but I think Ubisoft is heading in the right direction with their games.
Well, Jessica, is there anything that was heading in the wrong direction for you this year?
Hashtag transition.
Hashtag.
I'm gonna say my biggest disappointment was when 2K announced they were doing a Borderlands for the Xbox One, and it was just a reboot of Borderlands 2 and what was it? The Handsome Jack Collection had Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel. I was so mad that they didn't make a new one because Borderlands, all 3 of them are games that I have 100% achievement. There's no reason for me to buy it, and I'm so mad because it's a series that I love.
So was it pretty much just remastered, or was there anything new?
No, there's nothing new.
So it just remastered?
Yeah, they just remastered and released it on Xbox One.
That sucks.
Like I said, because I'm an achievement hunter and I've achievement hunted all 3 of them to 100%, I have no reason to buy it.
And I'm not up to date on that. Is there a new one in the works, or they talked about it, or is it just kind of... Because isn't Telltale, are they still doing, or did they finish that series up?
The Borderlands Telltale?
Yeah.
No, they've only done up to part 3.
Okay, so they'll probably do that.
There's 2 more parts left to come out.
Have you played that?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
It's better than the Walking Dead one.
Yeah,
for sure.
I haven't played them all. People keep telling me good things, and they're doing an Avengers one or something soon, so I'm like...
They're not
yay.
all that great. I find it's really just something to do to kill time. It's more
Do you think it's overhyped because it's so different than all other games out there right now? Because I've not actually, until you've said this, I've not heard a negative thing about any Telltale. Really, as a whole,
I find them so boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you literally have to sit there and hold your controller just in case you have to make a decision. But it'll be 20 minutes of watching something, one decision, and then 20 minutes of watching something. And it's I'm not playing. I'm literally just sitting here to press A when I want
watching
to.
a multiple choice movie.
Yeah.
In the realm of that, do you guys ever play or hear of Heavy Rain?
Yes.
Because that game nailed that.
I always wanted to, but I was an Xbox person.
See, but Heavy Rain was you could walk around and you could interact with it.
There was definitely more you could do with it.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of the game was just you sit there choosing.
I found Heavy Rain was a lot more interactive.
I'd never even played the game. I just watched my cousin play it, and that was enough for me.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That
Some people are hoping for that with the Until Dawn game, and I don't know. I hope it's good. The PS4 exclusive one. It's a horror one. Anybody can die and blah blah blah. And
in the same realm as
yeah, so I hope it's good. But and I'm a big horror fan, so I'm hoping. But I don't know. I don't know. People have been raving about that I've played the game, so we'll see.
That's
but
another thing. It's supposed to be Telltale's. Every decision you make takes you a different direction. It all goes to the same spot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Just another pathway.
Yeah.
I thought I heard the original Wolf Among Us didn't do that. People said that I think had a different. I think that had a different one, but yeah, same thing. I can't know for sure
I played the Walking Dead one. Was the first one I played.
Yeah.
And it just didn't do it for me, so I didn't bother to try any of the other ones. Borderlands, like I said, it's I achievement hunted, so I had to do that one.
And they're doing a Minecraft one too coming out. So
really?
Pan Oswald's in it, and Oswald, sorry, and
I wonder what that's gonna be like.
people are excited for it. Like, it's kind of the same thing. If
Minecraft.
you like Telltale, I think, and if you like Minecraft, you'll probably like it.
When
So-
you play Minecraft, though, you're kind of just expecting there to sit and do nothing for 4 hours anyway.
They're supposed to give like a story aspect, kind of.
Yeah,
It's
there is.
apparently has like I seen a bit of the trailer, like an '80s kind of like movie theme, and like some people are kind of hoping it'll be like Lego Movie, but I don't know.
Another disappointing thing, just I don't know how I got on this Loot Crate. I finally signed up for that this year. That is also a really disappointing
Loot
thing.
Crate?
Yes. I'm gonna hate on Loot Crate.
I thought you were
Okay,
I thought you
they will
liked
never
it.
be a sponsor for us, but that's okay.
You can cut it out. I'll stop.
Oh, I'll keep it. I just
What's
bragged on
disappointing
IMDb for like 5 minutes, so I still love you guys. It's the people.
I don't like. It's a cool concept, but just the stuff that comes in it was just not. It was crap. Like I got one hex bug now. What am I gonna do with my one hex bug? I have one, the vinyl pop one vinyl pop. It's not a collection.
Okay, let's get to the point here. I have no idea what either of those two things are. You just said Hexbug and
So don't sign up for Loot Crate then.
I don't know
Yeah.
what those are.
About.
They gave her something bad. What did 2015 give you that was bad?
Hashtag-
Dylan.
let's
Hashtag
just-
screw you 2015.
Let's bash some more things, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of all
Nintendo.
our stuff.
Yeah, Nintendo.
I'm going with Nintendo because
Because their leader
this-
died.
Oh.
Too soon, Jessica.
Yeah, he's an
Spoiler
amazing
alert.
man.
How? Okay.
He did so much for us.
I know, and that's why I'm
did.
saying
He
that
worked on
Nintendo
Melee.
did bad because
Okay.
he left and now we don't have him. That
'Cause
was bad.
You the way you said it was like a comedic timing. You didn't pause and like, oh, this is a. You were like, oh, just like Bazinga. Like, anyways, go on. Nintendo.
Well, because this year, honestly, I can't even think of anything that like a game that I bought that was like, oh, this is bad. So I'll just go with Nintendo because, well, first of all, that E3 was disgusting.
Oh, I know.
That was
that was
atrocious.
traumatic.
That was rancid.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen one worse
It
since
made me sick to my stomach, Travis.
since they revealed the PS3 and Ridge Racer. Like, I don't think anything has been as bad since then. Like, I'm trying to think of.
It was
Actually,
terrible.
no. I guess sorry, but Xbox's first like release of Xbox One was really bad because like it was everything that the fans were hoping for. Like, screw you, you want this, screw you, you want this, screw you, and like that was the reason I got the PS4 and I love Xbox and I would love to have stayed with them, but it was just like
they made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I totally understand it. I just remain like a faithful servant though, and they granted my wishes. They changed a lot of the crap
Yeah.
that they needed to.
But ever since then, I haven't seen one as bad as since what
Nintendo
Dylan was
is-
talking about.
It was like, what was good about it? I mean,
The
I-
puppets
I was looking
were
forward-
entertaining.
I was looking forward to Fire Emblem, and they're like, let's show a trailer we've already shown, and say it's not coming out for another year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sweet, cool.
Yoshi's Woolly World, which we didn't need gameplay for. It's out in like a
There's
few
already
months.
everything they
Yeah.
showed. It's like, okay, we've seen.
Other
this
than the
already.
lady,
Where's
like,
the
I have
new
to
stuff?"
make these, and
Star Fox. I mean, I never played Star Fox, so
it didn't look good.
I don't
No,
know.
that
It
one-
didn't look good.
That was one of my
I'm not gonna
most
buy it.
anticipated games. I was gonna
Legend
pre-order
of
it.
Zelda they
I
pushed
didn't.
back.
Yeah.
And then also in the same realm with Nintendo is the Amiibo. Obviously, viewers can't see this, but I love the Amiibo.
He has.
I want to get all the
many
I
Amiibos.
want to get all the Smash ones, but Nintendo's not letting me. They're not taking my money. Like, it's so easy. You just put a little Mac on the shelf and I'll buy it.
Little
Please,
Mac.
Captain
That's my
Falcon,
man.
where are you? I need you. So that's the other disappointing thing is that and you can't even pre-order them anymore at
No.
EB Games, so I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
And I probably won't get it anymore. Like that,
wait, he
it's
has
just too
Star
hard.
I think you'll get some.
I was really lucky to get that wave pre-order. Ness, that's like awesome, but
We got Ness.
Yeah.
Where's Ness?
He's in the corner here. I can see him.
I don't think
you gotta
you-
get Lucas then. Oh, there. he
the
is.
thing is, I would love to get a new Lucas. It's not gonna happen though. Nintendo's not gonna let me.
But I don't
They
think.
don't want
I don't think
to.
you
They
can.
don't want me to have it.
I don't think you can say that you'll never buy one again because you know.
If I'm in a
something could
store
come
and
out.
there's one there, yeah, but it's not gonna be there.
True.
It's not. They. I don't know why they don't just make more and put them out there. It's so easy. People want them so
Now-
bad. I don't get it.
Two things with the conference. The only thing I'll say, it was cool to see Mario Maker, and I am excited
They've
for
already
that.
shown that.
I know.
That was last year.
I know, but we got to see a cool other feature. I'm trying to give them some love. I'm really excited for Mario Maker. I
I
think
am
that's
too.
gonna be good. And the second thing is for you, because you picked
It wasn't a complete train wreck, but it was.
It was
wasn't-
close.
It wasn't good.
It was for those puppets. I think it would have been. And then and please, can we talk about the Metroid game? My God,
let's not.
everybody's waiting. Even they tweet out like some like cryptic thing like, "Yo, you're gonna be." I can't remember the tweet, but it was just like, "Oh, this is happening."
Yeah.
And then Metroid, what is it called? Something Warriors or something, and you're playing like
Hunters,
Hunters, and you're playing like a goalkeeper thing, and like, yeah, that was bad.
Metroid Soccer. I don't know.
I'll say it was a train wreck. I'm sorry, I think it was. Oh, the only thing was the puppets, and yeah, Mario
okay.
Maker was that. But on that end, because of all that damage, and obviously it's going to be a tough year because they're going to have to get a new CEO. Like it's going to be like, I think they might fall back a year. Like they're going to finish their games in production, but they were still heading the new console, and like he had a big deal with it. So what can they do to improve it? Like what in the next half of 2015? Is there something? Like I guess there's a Nintendo Direct they could do.
Nintendo has like, I feel like they have a lot of, like if they put out a Metroid game that is in the realm, like an actual Metroid game,
we won't get that. Not
they
to
could,
the
though.
not
That's
to
what
the
I'm
next
saying.
console.
The thing is, like, if they want to,
But they won't.
they
And it's
could.
back to old Nintendo when I felt like people were complaining about Nintendo doing all these decisions, and then they're finally like, we're going to change it up. And they were, and then they slipped right back to like, oh, you want Metroid? You get this. And like, you want Star Fox? Like, look at this really old,
Star
like...
Fox it didn't even look like a change. Though.
No,
I mean,
and
we
I'm
go
not
from
a fan of
solid
having to
flow.
use the gamepad to move around
but
and
here's
shoot.
the thing,
and-
we're fans. Were any of you Star Fox fans? Do you guys play it?
I love
yeah.
Star Fox.
Oh, yeah.
N64 was my jam.
So,
That,
as
Killer
a
Instinct,
fan-
Donkey Kong...
So as a fan, the trailer and everything
No.
didn't do
I
anything
was
for
super
you.
excited. They show the logo. I'm like, here we go. And he's telling us whole origin about the Zero. I'm like, this is
Your
going to be good.
smile
Lots of
turns to a
thought.
frown.
Yeah, and that's just like, I think I could put up with the graphics because I love it. But for me, it's the gamepad. That's the same reason why I didn't like Mario Sunshine. A lot of people would be surprised, but
I
I
didn't like
didn't
it
because you have to stand and do this. And like, I'm sorry. I know they're like, oh, activity games, whatnot. If I want to be active, I'll go do it on my own. I play video games to sit down and play and lose. I don't want to stand up and like, woo.
Yeah.
So that's for me what killed me with Star Fox was that. And speaking of killing,
Speaking of killing,
dun dun dun. Speaking of
I don't
killing,
know where this transition is going.
you'll get it in a second. Speaking of killing, my bad thing is the cancellation of what I feel is the greatest show on television right now, possibly in history. I'm gonna rant, and people are smiling at me right now, but hashtag Hannibal rant, hashtag save Hannibal, hashtag anything about Hannibal, save
We're
it,
talking about
watch it.
Hannibal here, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know, because it seems like nobody watches it, it has a very loyal fan base. It is a TV show about Hannibal Lecter before he was caught, and it's not even a show, it's not even a film, it's just art, and it's so good, and
Better
it's
than Mad Max?
well, different because the TV and like film, because they only have 2 hours where Hannibal gets 13 hours, right? So I can't compare TVs and movies. I
They're
can
very
compare
different.
TV
They're
with
very
different. And yeah, I love Breaking Bad. That's my all-time favorite, but Hannibal's tied because Hannibal hasn't even finished. But Hannibal, it's just the writing on that show is ridiculously good. Like for a show that's on network television, it's just outstanding. The characters, even minor characters, you get to know all. Like, you get to see them develop, you get to have all their motives, you get to see everything about them, and you care about them, even the characters you don't like. And even Hannibal, which is the greatest thing, he's this brutal, terrible person who you should hate. But in the last episode, I'm not going to talk about it in the spoiler at all, you love him, and you feel bad. And something happened to him in the last episode, which is the middle of Season 3, and it's just, you feel bad for him. And, like, I guess I'm a crybaby, but 4 weeks in a row, that show has made me cry. And most of the time it's because of him or the other man, who is Hugh Dancy, who is incredible as Will, and the other man is Mad Mikkelsen as Hannibal, who is a huge man crush of mine, which I found out he's won multiple Sexiest Man in Danish, like, all time, so, like, props to him. But, no, it was a show that was doing so well as far as critically, like, last year, it's been, like, 2 years in a row, I think, like, the best reviewed show. I know for sure last year, there you go, Rotten Tomatoes, their season 100%. Not, like, a single bad review. It is ridiculously good. I don't think we'll ever get a show as good of it, and then they announced they're canceling it. After NBC last year was like, it's not going anywhere, it's cheap, like we do in the summer, like, don't worry. And now this year, they canceled it. And then I was kind of like, okay, if they ever cancel it, lots of other shows want it. Netflix has said they've wanted it, other people have said they've wanted it, but now, between contracts and whatnot, Netflix isn't allowed to have it, and Amazon doesn't want to do it because they have no original content, like, they don't want...
Why isn't Netflix allowed it?
Because Amazon has the streaming rights to the first 3 seasons. So if Netflix were to try and get it, it would cost them like an arm and leg to buy the contracts off. So it's at first when I thought, oh, it's okay, they're just going to go there, they can't because all contracts. And now the cast and crews contracts have expired. So from the beginning when it's canceled, it looked like, oh, they still might go somewhere, but every week it seems to be less and less, and I'm kind of in denial about it, but it's at that point where I think it's going to happen, which is a good thing with this season. It's going to end in a way that could cliffhanger it, but not be a cliffhanger and be the end of the story, but it's going to be the most depressing thing for me, like, pop culture-wise, if that show doesn't go the full 5 seasons. He has a plan, and he's talking about doing a movie or whatnot, maybe like like on a streaming or whatever, but I need this show, and for me that was like one of the news stories this year, maybe in the past decade, that I just read, and like my heart was like, oh, like that show just gets me every time, and I love it. There's no show better, and it's going to be gone. And it's one of these things that I kind of understand why people aren't watching it. I feel like it's a little before its time, but I don't know, it has all the things that it needs to be a great show, and maybe it's the wrong network. Maybe it was on HBO or Netflix. People would have watched it, but and I feel like now it's going to be like Firefly, and other shows like that, where people now are like, this is the greatest show ever, like it's so good, but they weren't watching it was on, so it got canceled. And that's what I feel Hannibal is, where a lot of people, like, no offense, but you just started watching it, right? And I feel like a lot of people are, like Jessica just started watching it, and a lot of people are going to do that, where they just start watching it now, and now it's like too late, because like people are going to be like, I feel like 5 years from now, like, oh, have you heard of the show Hannibal? And I'm going to be like,
I'm not gonna lie,
son
I
of a...
started it because it just went on Netflix.
Exactly. On Canadian Netflix. That's the problem, though. In America, they didn't have that. That was the big thing that everyone forgets about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was, rating-wise, so 1 to 2. But they threw the things on American Netflix, and that show skyrocketed and became a monster what it is now. And that's what I always wanted for Hannibal, but because of contracts and whatnot, my favorite show maybe of all time is going to die. And yeah, I do like it more than movies. Like, I put it on, like, the Mad Max, like, Dark Knight level, where, like, I will remember this forever. And this is a show that, like, it inspires me just in all walks of life. So I'm looking forward to hopefully some good news, but it's looking very unlikely in the rest of 2015. But is there anything you're looking forward to, Taylor, in 2015?
Before we get on to that, for those of you that don't know, if you're not one of Travis's 500 followers on Twitter, no comparison to 76k, but yeah, that's all he talks about is Hannibal. Every day it's #SaveHannibal. So, if you guys want to help out, #SaveHannibal, spread the word.
I hope. Please. I'll donate money to you
people. I'll throw you a retweet once a day.
Once a day.
Let's start a GoFundMe.
For Hannibal. Yeah, I wish.
You can be the director. There you go.
I wouldn't want to direct it. No, I'd stay away. I couldn't. I don't know if I could. I don't want to take someone else's like dream and like he has a vision. So I don't know where it's going, but I don't want to touch it. So, what do you want to touch in 2015, Taylor?
What do you want to get your filthy little hands on?
What's the next thing that's coming up that has you stoked for 2015? The next 6 months, 5 months, whatever it is.
I know what's got me stoked. I'm gonna say this now so we can all like get into the conversation. I don't want to steal it from you. I don't.
Oh, don't even! You're such jerk. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say this, and I know what he's gonna say, but go ahead and say it. Steal it.
Well, it's Star Wars 7. Of course.
Fine. We'll just piggyback. That's both Taylor and I. I can't pick another one because that's. But I pick.
Okay, well, what about like one movie, one game? You guys can like.
No, I'm picking Star Wars in general. I feel like he's the same way. I
couldn't think of anything else. Like that's.
I feel like the next 6 months, like or whenever it comes out, when November hits, and that Star Wars Blitz happens. Not even November, August. Disney Infinity is Star Wars. Then November's Battlefront, and then November you're gonna get crap load and just tons and tons of toys and marketing and posters, and then December when that movie hits, that's everything. That's gonna take over the world. This is gonna be.
I'm gonna be going to Disneyland right when that like comes out.
Battlefront? Oh man.
Right when Star Wars is.
Like the movie? Oh, that's tough.
Right, end of October, beginning of November.
But that'll be cool too because there's gonna be a lot of stuff in there. So no, that is I love comic books, but because Star Wars has been gone so long, that I can't wait for that. The last trailer and behind the scenes thing like almost brought me to tears. Like just seeing this, like man, they're doing it so perfectly. Like this is great. Like yeah, I agree with Taylor. There's nothing else I could pick. There's lots of games. There's lots of shows and movies coming out. September's gonna hit. All the stuff is gonna happen. But it's Star Wars, man. Like it's our childhood. It's everyone else's childhood. Like it's gonna, and it looks like it's gonna be a bunch of new people's childhood. Like it's great and it looks phenomenal. It's not just like oh Star Wars and this is happening. It's like Star Wars and this is gonna be amazing. So, what do you feel about it? Sorry, cutting you off.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm a huge...
You get so excited.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm a huge, like, Star Wars Battlefront fan. Like, I remember I used to I didn't have like an Xbox at the time. I would just like land it up in Battlefront 1 on like 2 computers. Like
so good.
so much fun. And then I got Battlefront 2 and like it was even better with space battles and stuff. Like, and to see like them bring out this new Battlefront, sorry. To see them bring out this new Battlefront, like I'm just
That looks
so,
beautiful.
What consoles is it on?
Every console. I don't know if not the last gen, like the current gen. And is it on PC?
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll definitely be on PC.
Yeah, it's not on Wii U.
Darn.
So if you're looking forward to playing Battlefront on the Wii U and like buying your
The gyroscope, I was so hyped.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
But-
I'll play Star Fox, it's like the same thing.
yeah,
That's like completely, totally.
it looks great.
Except
Yeah.
with better characters.
Is there anything else Star Wars wise you need
Well-
to, or you're just hyped?
I'm just hyped, like,
Yeah.
and especially the movie too. Like, I am just when I saw Han Solo and Chewie, like Harrison Ford returning. Yeah,
Or
like,
we're home.
oh,
Damn it!
we're home. Chewie, we're
Yeah.
home. That was just like that
You
hit
get
me right
goosebumps.
there. I was like, I love it, and like seeing stormtroopers in
Speaking of
HD.
goosebumps.
That's
I know,
really really
it's
cool.
so
They look
good.
so
Hashtag
different.
transition.
And I mean, like, I know when the first teaser came out, it was so random because, I mean, the dude, like, lifts his head up out of the sand, there's a droid going on the sand, and then there's, like, stormtroopers, like, getting ready to go, and then it's over, you're thinking, what the heck's going on? And people were freaking out because
And
it
we
was,
still
like,
don't really know much,
weird
and that's I
lightsaber.
kind of hope it stays like that. I don't even hope anything. Just give us some little like line in the synopsis, like, oh, it's kind of about this, but I'm fine with not knowing what the plot is till I send that movie
And then you
and
go
hear
on about dreams.
and I hear that Star Wars music that I will not sing because I don't want to get sued, but that great theme song, and then yeah, I'm just gonna sit back, and that's a movie that I'm gonna see again and again and again, and if it's good. If it's bad, then
Oh, it'll be good.
it'll crush.
No
I think so,
question
but if it
about
was
that.
bad, if it's episode 1 all over again, like I'm
I
crushed.
don't think it will.
I will leave. I will.
No movie could be
Bruce
like that.
Wayne, The Dark Knight Rises, fly a nuke over the city. You'll never see me again, and I'll just go like hang out with Michael
No.
Caine in a diner.
That behind the scenes video they released, like you can tell that they're
Oh.
so passionate about it. It's not
So
like
good.
Revenge of the Sith, take one, we're done, take
Yeah.
one, like
You don't know there was only take ones. Come on.
I'm pretty sure with that acting. Oh, he's over there! Like, he's a Sith Lord, of course. He doesn't have to point and look where Darth Vader is on the
Oh, what's
the
my favorite
lava.
Hayden Christensen line in that movie? Oh, I wish I could just wish my feelings away. Like, couldn't think of anything else. Script writers, like you could just say like, I want to wish my feel, like just anything. Like, yeah. So no, okay, we're in agreement there.
No, they got so much passion into it, and, like, no one knows anything really what the story's going to be about.
But who
People
cares?
put it together.
It looks great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, what is looking great for you, Jessica, in 2015?
I don't know if that was a dramatic pause or
Whatever,
you just were
just
thinking
go with
about
it. No, it was dramatic pause. No, I kind of forgot what year we were in actually, and then I figured out that dramatic pause. So, anyways,
I don't know. I think most of my excitement is actually like far away. Like my biggest thing that I cannot get off is not in this year.
What is that?
Kingdom Hearts?
well, that might not be in any year the rate it's going.
I bought
Well, then, here you go.
I bought a PS3
Here-
for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it never came out on the PS3.
Not to speak for you, but you could say D23 because they're going to be showing footage and whatnot of Kingdom Hearts. Like, they've officially said, like, it's going to be there, it's going to have a presence. That's pretty big.
Can it be like my own personal thing?
Of what?
I'm excited to go to Japan.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
and, like,
Oh, yeah.
100% like be in the culture for like video games and
And that's
anime
going to be
and-
crazy. That's going to be a big culture shock. Like, in a good way, but it's going to be like, you're going to step off that plane or whatever, and you're going to walk out, and you're just, like, it's just
Yeah,
beasts.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yeah.
And go to Disneyland for Halloween.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Just, you got to go to Haunted Mansion. You know they're going to do, like, some, like, Jack Skellington
Yeah.
stuff there night before
They
Christmas.
apparently they dress up the entire park for Halloween.
Oh, my
So
God.
that like all the lanterns on the lights get turned into like pumpkins,
Oh!
and like the haunted mansion gets put
Travis
like
is going.
instead of the haunted mansion
I
picture, it's
wish.
actually Jack Skellington, his face, and then they put like Christmas wrapping and stuff on it,
Oh.
so it's like Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know what? Don't tell me more, or I'll hate my life. I'm losing all my trip time to, like, resting, which is great, but there's no Jack Skeleton there.
I'm so excited. That's like my
Yeah.
and, you know, it's not really game related, but
But it kind of is, and
it's
it's
culture.
you're gonna
related.
see stuff there that we wouldn't see here. That's gonna be related to this culture, and it's gonna be nuts.
It'll be a good podcast episode when you get back and you can tell us
Exactly.
It will be. It's
the ins
true.
and the outs of your trip.
Mhm.
Yeah, hopefully, have a loyal fan base by then, and
Oh,
people tune in to hear.
At least
Oh, we already do.
76,000.
Yeah, Taylor promised us at least 76,000. If
They're
not,
all-
if
every
not,
76,000 of them are there every day checking that newsfeed.
if not,
They
you're getting a
are.
tattoo of our choice.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, I'll make that bet.
I'm not sure what we'd give you. Anyways, to
500,000.
cap us off, to take us home, what's got you hyped? What's got you thinking about it all the time? Like, I can't wait for blah blah blah.
Well, I mean, you all know the answer to this, so it's, Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is a... I started with Elder Scrolls, and then Fallout is kind of in the same realm of that. If it's just you do whatever you want, you can build your character however you want. Fallout New Vegas, you could do whatever story. There was like 3 different storylines you could go through. I think there was 3. There might have even been more. I don't know. So yeah, Fallout 4 is definitely, like, even after that E3 performance. Wow,
That was great.
as a Fallout fan, you agree,
It was
Jessica?
amazing.
It was crazy. Like building your own base, and I don't know,
The
everything
weapon
about it. Really.
customization and everything too.
Yeah, the customization is.
That looks so.
It's gonna
oh,
make the game like just have infinite
It actually
replayability,
control
even
your
though it
dog.
already does. But
Get your dog to like combo attack.
there's that game is gonna be crazy. I just have to decide what console I'm gonna get it on.
It's gonna take up so much time.
It will.
Like, it's gonna this is a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time because there's gonna be so many good games coming out this year, and it's just what do you put your time?
I really hope
into?
it doesn't get like Skyrim though, because
What do you mean by that?
the thing to do with
'Cause I didn't
Skyrim.
play Skyrim.
I played Morrowind first, which is
Yeah.
3, Elder Scrolls 3,
Yeah.
and then Oblivion is 4, and then Skyrim, and that's probably like my order of favorite. Like Morrowind's my favorite, then Oblivion, then Skyrim, and I think the main reason is because it was just like there was so much content, but all of it was so simple, and the game was it was just simple. It was simple, and so I really hope it doesn't look like Fallout 4 is going to be like that, but.
Well, they're like that's what I was saying before about how they want to focus more on what's going into the game than the graphics. Because Skyrim started to move away from the gameplay, more focusing on.
They just took away so much depth from like what the Elder Scrolls was. Like, you didn't even pick a class in Skyrim. It's like, what is that? You don't even have a class? Like, that's the base of the game is that you choose what kind of character you want to be. But in Skyrim, you could just be everything, and it all worked, whether or not you were good at a certain stat. You could just do it anyway. It doesn't look like Fallout is taking that path, but then again, they haven't shown a whole lot of like intricate
it's still pretty new.
stats and stuff like that. They haven't really shown any of that, how that's gonna work. But the thing is, like, even with Skyrim, even though I was a little bit disappointed with some of it, it was still an amazing game, and I still spent like 300 hours in it or something. And with mods too, if I get it on PC, mods just add more.
Well, it's
Xbox
Everything.
One.
Or Xbox One?
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting an Xbox One.
Oh.
Okay.
He went from just in 30 seconds from I'm still deciding to, I'm definitely not getting it.
Well, no, for me it's deciding between your graphics card or PS4,
Mhm.
maybe both. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Xbox still
we'll
hasn't
have
really done a whole lot for me.
We're-
Taylor's just so mad at me right now.
I don't
Dude,
know.
Save for another day.
I have a 360 right there. I loved Xbox,
Yeah,
but I
that's-
think my
that's
time
old-
of Xbox
that's
has
old
passed.
News. That's old news.
It is old news.
It's all about the
Yeah.
one now.
It's all about
I
the
mean,
one.
I
Um,
think the console's been out for like what 2 years now,
yeah.
2.5 years.
2, something like that.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy. Still
Yeah.
full price.
People still call
Oh,
it
really?
next gen too, but it's not
It's
next
current
gen
gen.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's current. Yeah.
I'm also, you guys know the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, perhaps? Probably not. It's like
Nope.
a.
You're
It's like
speaking French to me right
it's
now.
it's an indie game. You know Super Meat Boy, perhaps?
Yeah.
It's
No.
from the same creator of Super Meat Boy.
I'm not an
Yeah.
indie guy. I'm sorry.
Binding of
people.
Isaac, you know like the old school Legend of Zelda games, like the dungeons where you're in a rectangular room, you can go up, down, there's different enemies and items and stuff like that.
Also go left or right.
Yeah, you choose whatever pathway you want. And that's pretty much Binding of Isaac is. It's like a dungeon crawler, but it's a roguelike, so every time you boot up the game, it's a completely different level. Like the whole world is different. Every like different items, different enemies, different rooms, bosses,
So
everything.
you lose your progress every time you boot it up?
Yeah, every time when you die, you die. Like that. That's
like
That
life.
sucks.
that's one run. That's over. But you just start up a new one. Like to beat the game takes. It could take up to an hour. But it's even if you just beat the game over and over again. It's every time it's fun because it's just different. Every single time you run through the game is different, and there's big DLC coming out for it in probably August or September. It's actually coming out also on Xbox One and
You're
3DS.
so hyped about this game, Worcester, and I'm like,
3DS actually. No, you have to play it though. It's $15.
I will not have the time to play it. I'm not going to lie to you on the podcast and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to play it, and I will not play it.
It's coming out this week. You can
What?
get it this week.
But I don't have time. I'm making a movie.
You'll have time.
No. Maybe eventually. No, see, I'm lying. No, I won't get around to it. I just,
Okay, well.
I'll see you play it, and if it's good, we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's anyway. Yeah, so that's another thing. The other thing I'm excited for is the DLC for that game.
That's good.
It came out. I don't even know when it came out. I guess November-ish is when that game actually came out. So the DLC for these games is crazy. Like it's $5 or something. You just get pretty much more than the original game had. Like it doubles and more. You get double and more. Have you ever played it?
No.
You just know like kind of what it.
Well, I know.
Do you know what it is?
I know Super Meat Boy, so
Yeah.
I know that.
It's- It's not like the gameplay isn't like Super Meat Boy, but it's from the same people. So, I don't know. That's what I'd say. I'm excited for Fallout 4. That. I don't know. When does No Man's Sky come out? Do you guys know?
No idea. They've not released a release date for that yet.
They haven't, right?
No, I think it'll be 2016.
I've been pretty excited for that.
November's pretty crowded. The holiday season coming up.
Yeah. No Man's.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't
March.
know when it comes out, but
They don't have a date. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
I don't
there's
think
not.
they do either. But that game
Just
looks
tentative
pretty cool.
stuff, but yeah.
It's those like I'm really excited for a lot of PlayStation 4 games, even though I don't have one yet.
Well,
So that's the thing.
sounds like you've made your decision.
I do want to get one. So it's just money. It's just a lot of money.
Well,
All
Taylor's
those
shaking his head,
hardworking people that
and before
have all
Taylor
our extra money to spend.
jumps over this microphone to kill Dylan, I guess it's best to end it off here.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anything to add? Don't-
Hashtag transition.
Hashtag save Hannibal.
That's the only
Hashtag save
hashtag you
Hannibal.
gotta remember here, folks.
Yeah.
Hashtag save Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
nothing else matters. Anyways, this was a great first episode. Looking forward to the future. Gonna try and deliver this weekly. Talk about
That's the goal. Yeah.
hot topics. Talk about big news. Have some discussions. You'll be meeting a
Maybe some
fellow
debates.
cast
Some debates.
member.
Oh, let's do debates, yeah.
in the future. DJ Body Oil. I get to hopefully meet him in the next episode, and
He's a great guy at heart, you know.
we'll see. you can make your decisions. Anyways, and anybody that's listening to this, day, night, day it comes out a week from now, thank you for making us part of your day.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye.
I was gonna say
Bye.
something else, but now
What were you gonna say?
I'm trying to remember now. I was interrupted by here. Have a good day.
I didn't say have a good day. He said have a good day.
I said bye.
I said have a good one.
I'm sorry.
I had it.
Bye. Bye. Bye, podcast listeners.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. They're not going anywhere.
This is Taylor
really.
Field.
That's
the
why I
field.
think I said
Bye.
like have a good one and stuff like that because they're not going anywhere. They're just like okay, click off the phone and go listen to somebody like.
They're human too.